Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Everybody has a choice. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. The Chariot. Forward momentum. A victory. A journey. Challenged by Two of Swords. Thinking before making a decision. Weighing the options. There's difficult decisions. Could be challenged by the desire to avoid it. In the subconscious, conflict, petty conflict. Petty conflict causing so much damage. In the recent past, we've got the Empress and the Upright. Abundant and nurturing. Intention and expectation. So there's been a heavy burden. You've been carrying a heavy, heavy burden of this conflict. You are strong and you overcome it with compassion and courage. It's not like a dominator power. You do this or blah blah blah. You know, it's a subtle power. It's a compassionate, nurturing power. Caring. Accomplished power. Proven, tested and proven. In the near future, you've got the Moon. So there is fear and anxiety regarding negotiations and contracts. In the lens that's being looked through, Seven of Swords, betrayal, deception, theft, dishonesty, and fraud. in the environment. We've got a Two of Pentacles in the reverse. We got somebody who overcommitted. They were reckless. They took a gamble. They're overwhelmed. They lack balance. They're not in balance. And they're in a Two of Wands reversed. They lacked planning. They have a fear of the unknown and a fear of change. Empress was too strong in this conflict. Gained a victory. Hopes and fears. Queen of Swords. Unbiased judgment, justice, independent, clear boundaries, clear-minded, coldness, direct. It is what it is. And the outcome? The Ten of Pentacles reversed. A misfortune, loss, and theft. Lack of stability. King of Swords. King and Queen of Swords here with the truth. Here with the Empress. A new prosperous venture. Moving forward. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Victory, a journey, moving away from this burden and conflict. Our love is always there despite the distance. Challenged by difficult decisions, in conflict. Soul contract. Making difficult decisions regarding soul contract. People are fighting for them. People are fighting for soul contracts. People are fighting for a life path. They didn't earn it. They're not just coming into a life path that they have earned. They're fighting those who have earned a life path, and they want to knock them off their path and take it. But they're not equipped for it because they don't have the sustenance inside which prepared the person for the path. They don't have the necessary equipment to walk the path that they haven't been prepared for, yet they want to steal it and pretend. Their values are all about money. That can't hold up any kind of foundation at all. It can build it. It can make a fancy show. But without being able to sustain it, it can't. It's too late. We're going into a time of reciprocity. Everybody gets what they gave. It's time for everybody to receive the reward for all of the efforts that they've been pouring into the world. It's just the way that it goes. It's time for the wheel to turn and everybody to receive their karma or reward. We've got the Empress here in the recent past, an abundant, nurturing mother figure, fertile, good parenting. And a third party is daydreaming about being her. This Empress has been in a Ten of Wands burden because of this abuser, this bully, this thief, and she's too strong. She's strong and she's overcoming this challenge. They're dishonest and people are talking about it. They're walking around pretending to be somebody they're not, and people know. People know. People see them for who they are. They're in fear regarding these negotiations and contracts. Ego. They're in their pride. Their ego is hurt. They're like, oh no, what do you mean I'm not going to be able to bleed somebody dry of their spiritual inheritance and happiness? They're here with trickery. They want to be tricky. They want to be tricky. We got disagreements in the reverse. They're not able to disagree with the way that things are going. It is what it is. They're reckless and frustrated. They didn't plan well. They didn't plan well. They've got habits. They're holding back. They'll never change. They don't think they'll ever change. They know they should have expressed themselves better, but they've got habits and they don't think they'll ever change. We've got the Queen of Swords here. Very direct. Detached, or maybe detaching. Doing the job of detaching with the Sword of Truth. And the Ten of Pentacles reversed. Somebody failed. They're in a financial failure. They're fighting amongst each other. They had fleeting success. This third party had a fleeting success. And now they're suffering a lack of stability and a misfortune. There's an understanding of both sides of this story. Of the shadows. They're confused and overwhelmed about your absence. There's a new chapter. Somebody wants to have a conversation with you. Victory. Inseparable union despite the distance. Chariot. Moving forward. In control. Trust. An inseparable union. Our love is always there despite the distance. Trust. There's forward momentum. You're on your chariot. You're moving forward into this journey. Your challenge is weighing options regarding soul contract, regarding a soul contract. Or soul contracts, depending on who you are, micro, macro, do it ever relates to your story. So there's difficult decisions being made regarding a soul contract or soul contracts. The lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. So that's what, these are about, right? These interactions present unique experiences and challenges. As there are a limitless number of number combinations, when you mix it up, you gain so much wisdom and knowledge over time. It's too late to take any action. Their values were all about money. It was petty ego clashing. We're moving into a period of equal give and take. Or everybody is receiving what it is they gave. It's time for everybody to receive what it is they gave. We've got imagination. So I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. So there could be a lot of mental work going on right now. Mental. Honest. Yes, we're coming into time of reciprocity and honesty. We're leaving behind those values that were all about money and fighting. We're leaving that behind, and it's time to move into reciprocity and honesty. We've got the Empress here, who there's a third party enemy daydreaming about being this fertile Empress. They're dishonest. People are talking about it. This Empress is too strong. She was able to manage this Ten of Wands burden and the conflict on top of all of that. So she was able to manage this egoic fraud. And she has her freedom. This third party wasn't successful. This Empress has her health. The dreamers. Now I look at the dreamers differently, you know? Daydreaming about being you. Giving them their opportunities because they deserve it. Denial. Yeah, this third party was denied the opportunity to be you. People are gossiping about it. They're seen as dishonest. People are gossiping about it. Like, there could have been a third party that was trying to pretend to be this Empress, but because the Empress was strong and made it and was able to manage the burden, they gained their freedom. They're not bound by anything, and so the people can see the difference between the two, who the third party is and who the actual Empress is. And it's like, wow. So this third party is being denied. People are talking about it. They're challenged by fear and anxiety regarding negotiations and contracts. They're all up in their pride. They're in their ego. They're envious. They're envious. They're under judgment for what they do to relationships that are for the higher good. They're in deep doo-doo. And so it's no wonder that there's going to be an increase probably in attacks. Nobody likes to be called out. Nobody likes to be discovered if it's not something that people cheer for, you know? And not everybody cheers for this behavior. So they're a fraud. They're a trickster. They're dishonest. They act strategically to get away with something sneaky. You persevered through that. There's no disagreement about it. Everybody can see that you persevered through this trickery. And nobody's in having a state of indecision. Like, everybody's certain of themselves and their determinations about this situation. They see clearly that this person is a deceiver who is dishonest. They have habits. They're being held back. They were acting recklessly. They took a gamble. They overcommitted. They were so certain of themselves that they made promises that they can't keep. They have a lack of planning. They didn't plan well, and now they have a fear of the unknown, a fear of change, because they have all of these commitments. They thought certain that they would make you pay for their commitments. They were certain of it. Success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. They're being held back from your love. They're being detached. Queen of Swords is detaching this person, these people. Or maybe that's you in your Queen of Swords energy as an Empress. Maybe you're the Empress and you're in your Queen of Swords energy and you're like martial arts sound effects. Detachment and death. There is an understanding, a clear understanding with the Queen of Swords. And as we flipped through that deck, we saw that the King of Swords also is there with mental clarity. These ones are going to suffer a misfortune. They're going to lose everything that they have stolen from others. They're going to lose their stability because it wasn't theirs, didn't belong to them. Adversity. Change. They're worried and in regret because you're a limitless being that can manifest whatever you desire in this physical reality. Your existence, the mere fact that you breathe and move in this world, thinking freely according to your own heart song and connection with your higher power, challenges these ones. That never met a girl like you. I don't know. You shocked them, I say. You shocked them. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Wealthy man. Wealthy man. Our love is always there despite the distance. Trust. Mental bodies in the mental field. So our love is always there despite the distance. There's a soul contract. There's difficult decisions, weighing options regarding soul contracts, regarding a soul contract. Some are all about money and clash and petty fighting to gain it, and some are about honesty and reciprocity. And it's time for the separation here, and it's too late to take any action. We've got journey and pathway in the reverse. So, they're challenged by these ones who have their values are all about money. They're about clashing ego. They wanted your pathway, your journey, but they didn't get it. They're not high honor. They're petty. Empress has her freedom. This third party that was the third party enemy, whatever, daydreaming about being this empress, was not able to tap the gift. Empress was in a 10 of Wands energy, being abused by at least 3 people, and she was too strong and withstood it. Now there's a lot of gossip going on. People see that this third party is a liar, and they're denying this person. They see that this person has been denied. They're denying this person. They're a liar. They're dishonest. They're not the Empress. There's a change. They're in their ego. They're challenged. They're in fear and anxiety over these negotiations and contracts. Their relationships are under judgment. They're egoic, prideful, and envious. Everybody can see it. Message of concern. They were trying to get away with trickery and fraud. They're thieves. Again, dishonest. There are no disagreements here. You were able to persevere through these challenges, and the people aren't in no, they're not in a state of indecision about how they feel about this. They know. They see, they're all in agreement. There's no disagreement. So they're all in agreement. There's no indecision. They see that you persevered through this trickery and fraud. You're the privileged lady. Empress. Everybody can see it. And everybody's in agreement with it. You know that there is no greater goal than to love. You are successful. These ones who were taking reckless gambles, they're in a state of fear. They've got the Moon card here, and they've got the Two of Pentacles reversed, and the Two of Wands reversed. They've got habits. They're being held back. Queen of Swords is clear-minded. Clear boundaries, unbiased judgment, justice, independent, and it's cold. It's like, no, we're not doing emotion today. There's detachment and death. They're in poverty. Everybody knows that they're a fraud, and they have determined that they are going to be experiencing poverty. Everyone's in agreement. So there's a consensus. This isn't just a tyrant saying, "Hurr." No, this is a consensus based on a free will judgment of many others. Mature man being held back. Because you've got the Empress, you had the King of Swords, Queen of Swords. So it's like the Empress is strong, and it's like the swords are out. What's with the sound effects today? I don't know. Mature woman. So mature woman and mature man are being held back, detached, and then there's the death card here too. So they're being cut off from their pentacles. 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. It was theft. It was greed. It was a fleeting success. They're in a state of they have no stability. There's an understanding of the adversity that they have brought. To a main female. Empress. King and Queen of Swords are here with their swords up. You got a wealthy man here too with the Chariot. So who feels that they are inseparable from this Empress. So there's a wealthy man in the essential energy with the inseparable union. Our love is here. There is a victory here. So he's working on behalf of and with this Empress. He's trustworthy. Making things difficult. Oh, reciprocity, honesty. And on the bottom of the deck, we got marriage. It's so weird. It's like, there's that common phrase that's throughout the United States, at least in the Northwest, because I've never really been anywhere else, so I don't know. But there's, see ya, wouldn't want to be ya. But it's weird because you got all these other third parties out here wanting to be you. It's like you got the normal folk, or who I consider those who don't wish to replace another being with, and then you got these guys. You got those who are saying, "Woo, wouldn't want to be you," and then you got these ones who are saying, I'm gonna become you." It's like psycho. It's like this weird psychotic thing, psychomania. I'm gonna become you, and they do, and it's weird. I mean, the movies aren't the movies. It's real stuff. And the fact that people are entertained by this just blows my mind. It's so disturbing. I was speaking with somebody that was entertained by a Dean Koontz novel. There was something about 300,000 children go missing every year and nobody knows where it happens to them. I got so mad. You ignorant. I didn't call them ignorant, but I was just fired up because I know the truth. And the fact that they were sitting there entertained by this story was like, just, man, I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with it. It didn't end well. It didn't end well that day. I just can't stand ignorance. I mean, especially when they want to talk to me and then about it like they're entertained and I'm supposed to go along with it like I'm entertained too. It's like, no, I'm not freaking entertained by that. You want to know the truth? I mean, let me ruin the story for you, for Pete's sake. And I did. I mean, wow. You know? It's better if I just don't be around people because I can't stand it sometimes. I can't stand it when people are entertained by something so horrible and true. Death in the reverse. Wealthy man. He did not die. You cannot kill him. He survives. And we've got the chariot here, a victory. Oh, they're furious. He didn't die. They're furious. He's on his chariot. Getting all healed and stuff. Oh, they're frightened. Oh, man. They should be. Dangerous games. Dangerous games of madness. Dangerous games of low honor or no honor madness. What is that phrase? There's no honor amongst thieves. You're okay. You're okay. Wealthy man's okay. Empress is okay. They're in reciprocity together. It's honest. It's trustworthy. There's no death. They're furious about it. These no honor people are furious because he didn't die and she gained her freedom. Excuse me. Daydreaming. This third party, seriously, man, got themselves all wrapped up in some weird illusion. They're freaking working it hard in their mind. They didn't get the gift. They can't walk in the Empress's shoes. Empress has gained her freedom. She was too strong. She carried that 10 of Wands like a champ. And she moved through those abusive circumstances while carrying that load with strength and courage. Everybody can see that this third party person is dishonest. They're gossiping about it. There is a change here. They're being denied by the group that is gossiping. They see them as a mask wearer. They're dishonest and a pretender, and everybody can see it. Yeah, Empress triumphed over that heavy burden and that vicious attack. They put her in a heavy, heavy burden, and then they came up and started sticking swords in her. And she freaking withstood it in a subtle way. Subtle, darling. In the near future, yeah, there's fear and anxiety regarding these negotiations and contracts. The Empress survived. The wealthy man survived. The relationship is strong. It is for the higher good. And they're calling judgment on this envious, egoic, prideful, mask-wearing fake. There's no apology. They're a fraud. They're a trickster, a shapeshifter, a mind-reading strategist, and they're facing poverty. They're mentally disturbed. There's no there's no disagreements. Everybody is in alignment with their decisions. You persevered through these challenges, wealthy man, Empress. You are worth saving according to your alliances. You're honest and worth preserving. Again, at the bottom of this card, we got honesty and trust. And both those cards came out. We got honesty and trust. So the community sees this wealthy man and this Empress as honest and trustworthy. And they see this mask-wearing third party as what they are. Everything is seen. And there is a triumph here. They are flanked by the King and Queen of Swords. Their swords are up and they're cutting things out. There's death, detachment and death here for the mature man and the mature woman. We've got merit. So Empress and wealthy man, success, we know that there's no greater goal than to love. There's merit here. Kindness, goodness, humanness, morality. Oh. This mature man and mature woman are bound to their curses, the ones that their works. They're bound to their works, and there's death here. They could be they could be having a mental disturbance and it's not going to go well. Loss. They don't want to suffer a loss. Neither did anybody else, man. Neither did anybody else. Goal. So they're in a Ten of Pentacles reversed. They had fleeting success. They've lost their fortune. There's an understanding of the adversity that they brought against that main female, and she has reached her goals. Her expectations have been met. She has accomplished her purpose. She has accomplished her purpose. Now it's time to go have some fun. And love on yourself some more. You're leaving these ones back behind, these bullies. There's evidence of what they did, and they're in a nightmare. They have to live and learn by what? The stubborn and nutty rituals maybe aren't the best way to go. This is the land of training and development. So no matter what cycle you're on, what frequency, what vibration, what mentality, that all, whatever circumstances, whatever lessons. I mean, you could be an addict, you could be a murderer, you could be a rapist, you could be a multi-billionaire successful businessman who does shady stuff. However it works, it's all lessons, and hopefully we learn from those lessons. And then I guess, after so many cycles, if people don't learn their lesson, I don't know what happens. Fortunately, that's not my job, and I don't have to think about that kind of stuff. I hope that we can just be nice to each other, man. I'm tired of us not being nice to each other. It's not so unnecessary. But there's a lot of laziness in the world, and they don't want to work for stuff. So there's a lot of entitlement in the world. And it's really gone way over the top, with mom having to cook 3 different meals for supper every night because everybody wants their specific thing. It's horrendous. Of course, I come from a very poor family where, we were just grateful to have something to eat. We didn't get to be picky or choosy. We got to be grateful. And I'm grateful for that. Speaking of that, I might go take myself out to breakfast. I deserve it. Maybe. Maybe, baby. Oh, reunion. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. Wealthy man and Empress are coming together. Even though there's a distance between them, they are inseparable. He didn't die. He's trustworthy. He's on board his chariot. He's got a strong willpower. And he's determined. These ones are furious, and they're really frightened that they couldn't steal his pathway or take his journey. He has a soul contract, a mental soul contract with the Empress. They are weighing their options. Let's be young again, if only for the weekend. Surprise! Surprise, soldier! Frickin' prize. Surprise, soldier! The wealthy man didn't die. And the Empress has triumphed and gained her freedom. Ooh, they're furious. These no honor people who just want money and things. They're out of time. They're petty. You're moving into reciprocity, honesty. You are okay. It's stable. It's harmonious. Oh boy. Ooh. It's too late to take any action. You're in the house. You've got your house. You've got your house. This priest is in despair. This no honor, all about money person, they are in despair because the merchant's like, where's my merchandise? The Empress gained her freedom. She was too strong. She triumphed over this third-party mask wearer that was daydreaming about being her. They didn't get the money. They didn't get the money. They didn't get the gift. The Empress was in a 10 of Wands while people were sticking swords in her, beating her down, trying to steal her life, her light, her shine, her pathway, her journey. She was too strong. She triumphed. Everybody sees this mask wearing third party as dishonest. They're talking about it. They're gossiping about it. They're denying this person a presence. There's a change. They see that person. They're false. They're false. They're dishonest. And not only are they dishonest, they're fake. Not only do they lie, everything about them is fake. Everybody can see that this Empress who triumphed over this is the gift. That this dreamer was trying to steal. They're mad. They're not offering an apology. They're not getting a contract either. The relationships that are serving the higher good are here calling judgment on these envious abusers. They're not offering an apology. They're all up in their pride. They're very egoic. They're not done. They're spying on you. While you're calling judgment on them for doing this crap to you, they're spying on you. They're not going to apologize. We've got death in the reverse. So death, it's an inevitable end, but they're trying to avoid it. They're mentally disturbed. They're in poverty. They're a fraud. They're a trickster. And everybody's in agreement. And they all, everybody's in agreement about their decision regarding you who persevered, Empress, wealthy man. And your alliances have determined that you are worth saving. You are worth preserving. What you represent is worth preserving. And it's not personal. It's what you represent that is worth preserving. And what that is honesty. It's trustworthiness. It's compatibility. Friendship. Reliability. It's what you represent. And these ones have been putting out these curses while you've been earning merit, withstanding their challenges, and now they're stuck to them. This Empress and wealthy man are flanked by the Queen and King of Swords, who are there with truth and clarity, distributing detachment and death for the foe. They're bound to their curses. They don't want to go through this loss. Nobody did. Nobody did. Welcome to the crowd. Welcome to the game. They said that to me once. Yeah. It's a fun game, isn't it? This game of life and death. Old woman. Old woman, mature woman is getting detached, doesn't want to suffer this loss, but there's death. Losing the stability. There's a Ten of Pentacles reversed, a misfortune, loss of all that money. All that money that they stole, they're losing it. There's an understanding of the adversity that they've been bringing to the main female, who has reached her goals and fulfilled her purpose. The room, the mental body. There's an understanding of what this one did in the mental body, in the collective field, to bring adversity. We got messenger, hope, messenger of hope, messenger of hope. Oh, thanks, Spirit. And with that, I'll go ahead and leave this one, and I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Have a great day.